Assalamu alaikum students, I am Zainab Fatma, your science teacher, and today we will be continuing with chapter number 9. Previously we studied what are acids and what are alkalis. Here is a comparison between both to make it simpler for you. Acids are corrosive in nature, while alkalis are also corrosive in nature. Acids are sticky to touch and alkalis are slippery to touch, or we can say that it has a soapy texture. Talking about taste, acids taste sour while alkalis they taste bitter. Talking about smell, if we smell a solution that is alkaline, it will have no smell. But if we smell a solution that is acidic, it may burn our nose. Talking about the conduction of electricity, both acid and alkalis are electrolytes, but acids they conduct electricity through hydrogen positive ions, and alkalis they conduct electricity through hydroxyl ions. pH of acid is less than 7 and pH of alkalis is greater than 7. Now how do we indicate that a solution is acidic or basic? Let's go and figure that out. Indicators. Indicators are substances that help us indicate if a solution is acidic or basic. There is a definition, let me read it out for you. A dye that changes color when put into an acidic or alkaline solution. Indicator is something that might change its color. Now it can be a paper or a solution. The most common type of indicator is a litmus paper. Litmus paper is the most common of indicator that comes from small plants called lichens. For acids, this litmus paper is blue. When we put into the solution, acidic solution, it turns red. Talking about alkalis, the litmus paper is originally red. When we put into a solution that is alkaline or basic in nature, it will turn blue. Apart from this very commonly used litmus paper that is an indicator, we have 3 more indicators that are used in our laboratories. They are solutions. Let's go and read the details. Number 1 is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a solution that if we put phenolphthalein drops into an acidic solution, it will remain colorless. But if we put phenolphthalein drops into an alkaline solution, it will turn the solution into pink. The second example is methyl orange. Methyl orange is also a solution. If we put drops of methyl orange in an acidic solution, it will turn orange. But if we put methyl orange drops into an alkaline solution, it will turn yellow. This is how we indicate that the solution is acidic or basic. The third and the last indicator is bromothymol. This indicator, if put into acidic solution, will turn its color into yellow, and if put into alkaline solution, it will turn blue. We have to understand and learn all of these turn of colors for your upcoming exercise. Now let us move to our next board and we will study how strong and weak acids are categorized. In the same way, how strong and weak bases are categorized. Now we will study the pH scale and we will see how the pH affects the color of a solution. We have already read that a solution with the pH greater than 7 is alkaline and the solution with the pH less than 7 is acidic. Now we know that the pH 7 is neutral. Let's see how it varies. Starting from 14, the pH 14, 13 and 12 indicates that the solution is strongly alkaline. Being strongly alkaline, the color will be purple. After that comes 11 and 10. 11, 10 and 9. Here the color will be greenish blue and the solution will be a weak alkali. With the solution that has a pH in between 8, 7 and 6, the color will be green and this lies in the neutral category. This is the turnover point. We are moving towards the acidic solutions. A solution with the pH 5, 4 and 3 have the color yellow or orange. These are weak acids. While with the pH 2, 1, 0 and negatives, we have a red color solution, and that indicates that this is a strong acid. This is it for acids and bases. We have studied that both these substances, solutions, are opposite of each other and they cancel each other's effect. This process is called the process of neutralization. Let us go and study this process in a little bit detail. So, we will be discussing the process of neutralization. We already said that acid and base, when combined together, they cancel out the effect of each other. And this process is called neutralization. Let me explain you with the help of an equation. This is an equation that says when an acid and alkali is combined, it turns into water and salt. And this process is called neutralization. Now, if we check the pH of a solution that has equal amount of alkali and acid, the pH will be 7, that is neutral. Now, I'll be explaining you the process, that how does that happen with the example. Number 1 is a funnel that contains solution which is alkaline and the color is purple. Now, if we add a few drops of acid in it, then it will turn blue, which means that the stronger alkaline solution is getting weaker. Now, if we continue to add drops of acid, then there will be a point where the solution will be green. And what does that indicate? Exactly, that indicates that the solution is neutral. Now, if we keep on adding the drops of acid, the solution will start turning yellow or orange. That means that it is turning into an acidic solution because the quantity of acid is increasing slightly. This is how the process of neutralization works, and the colors indicate that we have already read in the pH scale. So, I hope that you have understood this example very well. This is how neutralization works, and the changes of color that indicates the pH scale and the change of strength of alkaline solution into an acidic solution. In the next lecture, we will study the process of neutralization, its benefits and uses in further detail. That is all for today. Thank you.